Now your TV5 First Alert forecast, certified most accurate by Weather Rate.
A good Wednesday evening, Mid-Michigan Chief Meteorologist Chris Easlick with your Wednesday evening forecast update. A look at downtown Flint tonight as of 6:30. Everything looks quiet in the Vehicle City, and that's going to be the scene around the entire TV5 viewing area tonight. Our winds will continue dropping off. Already starting to see that early this evening, but a bigger change as the evening goes along. And eventually we'll fall to between about 5 and 15 miles per hour with the sustained winds, and our gusts will drop off too to around 20 miles per hour or less. As we go into tomorrow, we have another first alert weather day. This time for accumulating snow, not necessarily the amount of snow, but the fact that that snow could be around for your afternoon and also the evening drive. We expect this between about midnight and, noon and midnight on Friday. We expect the most consistent snow to be during that time. I think the earliest the snowfall will arrive is late morning for some, but it really starts getting going in the afternoon. 2 to 5 inches is what we expect. Might be a little bit lower than some of the numbers that you've seen thus far. We also have the possibility of some sleet accumulating in there too, which will work into that also. Winter weather advisories issued for the entire TV5 viewing area. A lot of different start times, a lot of different finishing times, generally speaking, tomorrow morning through tomorrow night. Your first alert pinpoint Doppler radar is all dry this evening. Just a lot of clouds overhead. Those will likely hang tough during the overnight, but will stay dry. Our wet weather threat for the day is over now that the rain from this morning is gone. We start the day tomorrow dry, so your morning commute is just fine. Know that what you walk out the door to tomorrow morning will probably be a lot different than what you experience in the afternoon. Snow eventually returns, some of it coming down at a pretty good rate, and we also have the potential for some mixing off to the south. This time around, we expect it to be more of a sleet mix rather than freezing rain. Not going to rule out freezing rain completely, but I think it leans more towards sleet, and whatever mixing we do see will eventually change over to all snow before eventually this system starts to wrap up by the time we get into late Thursday night and early Friday morning. The thumb will keep some of those showers going into early Friday before they start to diminish. So how much snow are we expecting? Probably a little bit less in our forecast than maybe some of the numbers that you've seen as you've gone throughout this week. We'll call for a general 2 to 5 inches of snow. Some of the reasons for that we'll highlight on our next image there, but we do expect some sleet to mix in the farther south you go. So 2 to 5 inches in the Tri-Cities with sleet. Areas to the north, the same snowfall range, but all snow. As for how much we expect things to be limited, ground temperatures will be a little bit warmer. We've warmed up this week to the upper 30s and low 40s with those soil temperatures, so some melting at least initially is expected. We also have that sleet which mixes in. That could limit the snowfall accumulations, and drier air might move in at times, which disrupts the structure of our snowflakes. They accumulate a little bit less efficiently rather than if we had the big fluffy snowflakes. So that's something we'll be watching tomorrow also. Bottom line, whatever snow we do accumulate, we expect to thin out by the weekend. We're already back to the upper 30s by Saturday, low 40s on Sunday, and we start in the upper 30s by early next week.
Stay with WNEM TV5 on air, on the go, and online for more news and weather updates.